Canto 23. Sixth Terrace continued. The Gluttonous. Forese Donati. Explanation of the soul's appearance. How has Forese come up here so soon? His explanation. Denunciation of the Florentine women. The pilgrim's account of himself. While I was probing with my eyes through the green foliage, as one does who wastes his life after the little birds, my more than father was saying to me, "My son, come now, for our allotted time should be more usefully distributed." I turned my face and my steps no less quickly, following after the wise poets, whose talk was such that they made my going effortless. And behold, we heard weeping and singing of Labia Mea Domine, in a manner that gave birth to both delight and woe. "O sweet father, what is that I hear?" I began, and he, "Shades who perhaps go untying the knot of their debt, as care-filled pilgrims do, overtaking on the road people they do not know, and turning toward them, but not stopping. So from behind us, walking more quickly, a crowd of silent and devout souls, overtaking us and passing on, gazed wonderingly at us. Each was dark and hollow about the eyes, with faces pallid and so wasted that the skin took its shape from the bones. I do not think that Erysichthon was so dried up into his outer rind by fasting when it made him most afraid. I was saying in my thoughts, "Behold the people who lost Jerusalem when Mary put her beak into her son." Their eye sockets seemed rings without gems. Those who read Omo on the human face would have recognized the M there clearly. Who would believe that the odor of a fruit and of water could have such an effect, generating hunger, unless he knew how? Already I was wondering what makes them hunger so, for the cause of their leanness and sad scurf was not yet manifest. And behold, one shade from the depths of his head turned his eyes toward me and stared fixedly. Then he cried loudly, "What grace this is for me!" Never would I have recognized him by his face, but in his voice was evident to me what his appearance had ravaged in itself. This spark rekindled all my recognition for his changed features, and I made out the face of Forese. "Ah, do not pay attention to the dry scales that discolor my skin," he begged, "nor to my lack of flesh, but tell me the truth about yourself. Tell who are those two souls that accompany you there. Do not be silent, speak to me." "Your face, which I wept for at your death, gives me no less grief to weep for now," I replied to him, seeing it so distorted. "Therefore tell me, for God's sake, what so strips you? Do not make me speak while I am marveling, for he speaks ill who is full of some other desire." And he to me, "From the eternal mind there falls power into the water and the tree back there, and therefore I grow so thin. All these singing and weeping people, because they followed their gullets beyond measure, and hunger and thirst, here must make themselves holy again. Desire to drink and eat is kindled in us by the fragrance that comes from the fruit and the spray that spreads over its foliage. And not just once, as we circle this space, is our pain renewed. I say pain, and I should say solace, for that desire leads us to the trees that led Christ to say Eli gladly, when he freed us with the blood of his veins. And I to him, "Forese, from the day when you changed worlds for a better life, 5 years have not revolved until now. If the power to continue sinning failed in you before the hour came of the good sorrow that marries us to God again, how have you come up here already? I thought to find you down there below, where they repay time for time." And he to me, "I have been so quickly brought to drink the sweet wormwood of our sufferings by my Nella and her broken weeping. With her devoted prayers and sighs she has drawn me from the shore of waiting, and she has freed me from the other circles. My little widow, whom I dearly loved, is the dearer to God and more beloved the more isolated she is in her good actions. For the Sardinian Barbagia is much more modest in its women than that Barbagia where I left her. Oh, dear brother, what can I say? A future time is already in my sight, when this hour will not seem very ancient, when from the pulpit it will be forbidden to the brazen Florentine women to walk about showing their chests with their breasts. What barbarian women, what Saracens ever needed either spiritual or other penalties to make them go covered up? But if those shameless ones knew what the swift heavens are preparing for them, they would already have opened their mouths to howl. For, if my foreseeing does not deceive me, they will grieve before hair grows on the cheeks of one who now can be consoled with a lullaby. Ah, brother, now hide yourself no longer from me. See that not only I, but all these people are staring at where you veil the sun. Therefore I to him, if you call back to mind what you used to be with me, and I with you, the present memory will still be heavy. From that life I was turned away by the one who goes ahead of me, the other day when the sister of that one was round. And I pointed to the sun. He has led me through the deep night of those truly dead, with this true flesh of mine that follows him. From there his strengthenings have drawn me up, climbing and circling about the mountain that straightens you, whom the world twisted. He says he will keep me company until I am where Beatrice will be. There I must remain without him. It is Virgil who tells me this, and I pointed to him. And this other is the shade for whom your kingdom just now shook every slope, for it is freeing itself of him.